Basically, what is the process that you use to write a song? What do you go
Normally what I do, and I mean you do sometimes break your own traditions, I suppose, but my normal thing is because I'm into lead guitar playing and stuff, and just guitar playing generally, I sit around and noodle, just sort of fiddle about and play stuff. And sometimes in the process of that, an idea will come to me. It might just be a couple of lines, but if it catches me, I'll sort of stick with it for a bit and see what comes. Sometimes I'll sit down with a really deliberate intention that I want to write a song today, and that doesn't necessarily mean I will, but I'll be heading that way. Some days it's not like that at all. Sometimes I might be playing perhaps a few of my old songs, a bit of back catalogue, or maybe even somebody else's song, just having a thing, just a little personal jam, and suddenly something will be there. So I have written songs from all sorts of different motivations. I have written songs to order. Somebody said to me, "Or would you write a song for this event, or for my wedding, or for their wedding, or something like this?" And so I've had a particular motivation, or some special event we've been playing at, like a peace concert or something, and I thought, oh, it'd be really nice to have something relevant for that. So I've done that sort of stuff, and you can, I think, if you've got, if it's basically your talent or gift, I think you can call it up to order. Like you can do anything that you're skilled at if you really have to. It doesn't always mean it'll be your best work, but if you're basically good at what you do, it should be workmanly good at least. It should be usable. But the inspiration, it's hard to pin down when and why that comes. I suspect we've all got just a huge reservoir of experience that's circulating around in our subconscious, or sitting waiting there, and some little thing will trigger it, draw it out. And people have different theories about where music comes from. I mean, the word muse being kind of like a spirit that kind of visits you and stuff like that. Well, I don't hold any particular metaphysical impression about it. I personally think that most of what we call inspiration is what we draw, what circumstance or what we're going through at the time emotionally, or just any number of things will draw out of that pool of experience that we have. And we may not even know that we've had that experience, because we're receiving input all the time. Who knows, I might go away tomorrow and write a song about being interviewed about writing songs, because you just don't know when the next one's going to come. But if you create the conditions for it to happen, and for me the conditions is usually just sitting playing and perhaps letting my mind just wander, or just taking a risk. I've even written songs where I've been playing away and I've got the sound of a sort of or something like this. It's not words, it's just a sound. And so I'll play around with that and I'll think, what's that sound like? Oh, that sounds like, the trees are falling from the sky, or something. And the words will sound like, the sounds that I'm making, the scat singing kind of sounds, will become words, because they sound like, I'll find what the words are that they sound like. And it'll turn out that it has meaning. And where does that come from? Where did that scat singing was a sort of a way to help you find something that was in there, maybe?
Yeah. Well, let's go back. What's your first earliest musical memory?
Musical memory? I'm not sure, chronologically which was the first one. I remember my family's really musical. My dad was a professional musician and stuff, and he was also into tape recorders and things. So when I was quite young, we used to sit together and we'd sing songs. He used to play simple chords on a ukulele. He was actually a really good jazz pianist, but he fiddled around on a ukulele just for my sake, I think. I don't even remember him doing it for the other kids or later, but anyway. And that might be my first memory. I have a memory of a broken child's music box that I found the mechanism for it. It's just a funny looking little thing with spokey wheels and things in it, and when you wound it up, all these little wheels around, but this metally kind of little lullaby came out of it. It was really interesting to see it outside of the box. I mean, that's just the things that are coming to me now. Maybe in a half an hour I'll think of something and I'll say, no, that was really but you know, it was those kind of things.
Yeah.
But music was always around me, because my you know, dad and other members of the family being musicians and professional musicians and stuff. There'd be a lot of jam sessions and things where jazz musos would come around for the, you know, Sunday afternoon and evening or something, and they'd all play, you know, and so it was just there. My grandparents were musicians too. My grandfather was a piano tuner. It was just, music was just sort of, you know, something everybody did.
So do you think you just evolved into becoming a musician, or was there a moment when you thought, right, I want to do this, I want to be one of these people?
I think it was the Beatles that got me fascinated with it, and thinking about, you know, starting to fantasize about it. I mean, I'd done music before that, because when I was 5 years old I sang in the intermission in a radio talent contest, because you know, my dad was the resident pianist, and so they got me up to sing something for the audience in the middle. But that didn't leave me thinking, oh, I must be a musician. But I think the Beatles and just the whole fascination of the, you know, the emerging sort of scene, and you know, my own sort of, I don't know what age was I then, between 10 and 12 or something. That was when I started, and I didn't seem to find it hard to pick up the guitar when I was given one, and I learned a few chords, and I don't remember a moment where I said, yes, this is going to be my career, but I think I just sort of, yeah, it felt natural.